Hello, Trailblazers. I'm here today to talk to you about how to find credible sources in the Florida Electronic Library, which is an app on your Clever system. So please sign into Clever and follow along as I do a quick search for credible resources. And we're going to come to this little icon called Florida Electronic Library. This is your access to the Library of the State of Florida online. Once you've clicked on this link, it's going to take you to search page. So I'm going to simply search for William Kamkomba, who is the boy who harnessed the wind from your 7th grade reading. Once I have hit the search button here, you will see a new tab that appears with lots of resources about or mentioning William. So it starts off with magazines. That's a great place to start as well. Magazines can be written for entertainment purposes as well as informational purposes and even possibly persuasive purposes. So you can find these links for the full texts here. You can choose to apply this filter to allow and only allow for full text features. This will be really helpful if you want to read the entire text to use it in your research as a cited piece of evidence. If you are just looking for some sources and you're willing to go to maybe a college library or you have access to an online college library, you can unclick this full text view and you can get the names of resources, but you won't be able to read all of them on this Gale Power Search. You can also visit academic journals, which will give you, again, full text of those academic journals. Here we have the journal Biography, which is a very reliable source, and you can click on this link and view the article about William Kamkomba here. There are also books. I have a feeling this is The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. And then you have news articles. We're actually going to use this one as our sample, our demonstration for today. So click on News. As we look through, we're going to see the most recent searches first. They are going to be right now sorted in relevance as well. So William, along with a film director, made a movie called The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind, and these articles here are all about that film. Now you can find information to write about William and his life in Malawi through these sources as well, but it's going to really be focused on the movie. You'll also find things like here in the CNN newsroom, we have a broadcast transcript that's going to feature all of the things that you would have seen on this broadcast of CNN, which include here William's interview, as well as some other unrelated, news. Okay, so I'm going to tell you and show you one powerful reason why you would want to use the Gale Cengage or at a college, their own personal resources to academic libraries as well as news articles. That is the power of links within this system. So I'm going to click on the Winds of Change. And as I'm reading through the Winds of Change, finding out about William Kamkomba here, it's talking about him as a blogger, which makes sense once he has gotten into the TED Talk spotlight. He's had access and the ability to travel around the world. As you saw in the video, he's going to have access to the world outside of his town in Malawi. Here I see in the Explore side, I see that there is another article that is allafrica.com, and it's Building Windmills by Candlelight. And we know prior to having electricity in his village in Malawi, William had to use candlelight in order to build these windmills. So we're going to click on this link. And this is a link that I embedded in your lesson as well, so that you could view this link and have a direct link to Gale Power Cengage. So here is an article, and what I liked about this article was it gave me more information about William. Again, he repeats what we saw in the TED Talk video. He didn't read English very well, so he used the diagrams and pictures to help him learn. It talks about his windmill and the height and the size. It goes on to talk about what he does after he builds a windmill. He has built more windmills, installed a well, and he's not just helping his family, but he's improving the lives of everyone in Malawi. So this has lots of good information that can help me as well. It shows a copyright of the United States Department of the State, which as a government resource can be considered a credible source. And then it's distributed through the All Africa Global Media at allafrica.com. Now, once I have this information and I see some information that I possibly want to cite and use in my my written response, I'm going to need to remember to get a bibliography. And an additional feature I like about Gale is you can use this information, find this information at the bottom to cite. And so you're going to use whatever your teacher requires for your citation, or you're going to use whatever your college is using as for citation. We've agreed at ITMS, at least in 2024, that we're going to use MLA style citation in our extended projects. So you would simply select this. You already have it, it's copying it now, and then open up your document, probably in Google Docs or maybe in Word, and you would paste this on your works cited page. It is already done for you and formatted, which is a huge help for you. Now, once you have done that and you have cited your information, you'll have to still include a citation within the text. You are going to want to, especially if this is a longer term project like a science fair project or a history project, you're going to want to definitely send this information to your Google Drive. It will send a link or a copy of this article to your resources. You're going to want to write, revise, and edit and revise again as you're working through these projects. So please make sure that you save these. This will save you a ton of time. Alternately, you could save it to your Microsoft OneDrive, email it to yourself, or simply download it to your own personal computer, or even if you're old school like me, print it out so you can annotate it. But pick one of these sources to send your information to so you don't lose this article. That would cause you a lot more stress than you really want to have, especially when you're trying to write a big project. I hope this video helps you with how to find information on Gale Cengage and that you do a great job on your project. And don't forget to cite your evidence. And let's make it a great day, Trailblazers.